Hi there, I'm delighted to be joined today by Professor Tony Mok. And Professor Mok, we're here today at ASCO in Chicago, but we'd love to talk to you about what's happening in Asia right now.
China had actually developed significantly in the past 2 decades, starting with the IPM study, that actually the infrastructure was limited with a lot of the hospital. But over the year, now they got a fabulous clinical trial facility. But on the top of that, they got a number of actually novel drug development, and also there are sufficient infrastructure to facilitate the drug development. This actually had helped to prove and then develop a number of novel molecules, and that's exactly what we're seeing in the ASCO and ESMO in the past few years.
What further infrastructure changes are needed, and how do we ensure that guideline adoption is faster and more patients have access as well?
In drug development, each step can be very expensive if you are a startup. But now we have companies that basically they can help you to develop a molecule at the cost that you need. Not cheap, but at least much lower than what you need to do as a development own facility. The next step is to go through all the preclinicals. But if you want to hire the whole team to do preclinical, run a red lab, it's going to be very costly. But now they got companies who are specialized in that in a very efficient way. And then based on all this data, then you can file your R&D and fundraise and then continue your clinical trial.
Tell us about the education that's happening in Asia right now, and how will we take these advancements back from ASCO throughout the Asian regions?
In all this major international meeting, you have no idea. The moment it is actually available on stage, it is on Twitter and in China, WeChat. So all those things will appear. Social media take it off.
What are patients coming to you with at the moment in terms of the speed of AI? You know, patients used to come with newspaper clippings. Now they're coming with documentation from AI. Tell us a little bit about that and how you're managing that.
I'm glad the patient will that come with information, because it means that they have done their research. But of course that in the research process, they go into many different directions. However, my approach is very simple. I will give them a logical explanation of where they are and what are the current standard of care.
Finally, what do you think is next in the way of innovations coming through Asia?
The way I see it over the past 3 decades is always a collaboration. Something that may start off in China as a conceptual drug, but eventually for it to benefit the world, it requires international collaboration.
Professor Mok, thank you so much for your time today. We've really enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.